Welcome back to the channel. All right, I'm going to show you and explain in this video why Prowler is, in my opinion, at SIG 200, the best tech champion available as a 7-star. Bastion might have a word to say when that comes time. A lot more people get him. Like, I'm excited to pick him up from the Titan Crystal, but we got to check out this boy Prowler. I'm so excited that I put in this full SIGs. I saved them up and then I use them on him. And remember, I don't buy 6-stone deals. So like, this was pretty precious for me. Also, the Wizard shirt came in. Those of you who bought them, I hope you absolutely love them. I could not be more happy with the Wizard shirt. I'm going to be wearing it on my trip to Japan. I'm heading out here in just a few minutes. Want to get this out here. So Prowler, I'm going to just kind of explain like why he's so great. I've done other videos on Prowler, and I will admit his kit reads a little more complex than I believe he actually is to play. A lot of new terms and things like that. But once you get it down, you see that the things in his kit are actually helping you play him. That's why his flow score is actually so insanely good. There's going to be battlegrounds and it's going to be questing content. So I absolutely love him for America Chavez. And what I want to show here, what I'm showing is the power control after the opponent special. Hopefully you saw it. If not, just go back a little bit. You can see every time she threw a special, she was power drained and power locked. That is a big deal. That is a unique way of power controlling a fight, right? He does have the ability to make the opponent more aggressive. He can land his own falter as well to create openings. And then you do want to land the falter when you throw your special to get everything to explode. And for those of you who are like, dude, I don't have 6 stones. Like, I just don't. I get you. I got you. I would not put him nearly as high up. I mean, actually, that's not true. I would still put him solidly in the 2nd tier of champions. We actually talked about this on my Discord server the other day. A lot of us were weighing in. And my ultimate thoughts on it is, if you like him unawakened, I would still rank him up because he does almost all the exact same stuff. It's just a damage increase off of his special 2 when the opponent is faltered. And it is sizable, as you're seeing here. So now we're going to go up against this Domino. One of the reasons he's so amazing for Domino, there's going to be a couple Domino fights because the BG's metas are going to be different. But what I want to establish here is he has 115% ability accuracy, not plus 115%. Again, we don't hide the ball. I don't ever want to like steer you the wrong direction when I know that it might be. He's not going to like get around concussions with like a 45% or something like that, or a disorient. It will reduce his ability accuracy below 100%, but that plus 15% helps him never crit fail from Domino. Okay. I'm going to call this out now. Well, wait, let's see which Battlegrounds meta this is. It's like, oh, this is going to be Safeguard and Mixmaster. His medium attacks cannot be evaded. Not only do they not make contact, but they cannot be evaded. So in something like Mixmaster, that is extremely helpful. Someone against like Domino who goes lucky and can evade you, extremely helpful. And then if it's like a pure evade matchup, like a champion where you're just worried, or if this was a much bigger Domino, this is a rank 3, so I'm showing you that, but if there's like a questing content Domino or something like that, and you're concerned about playing around her evade, then you can throw the special 1, which actually has a pursuit passive. Now remember, pursuits just cause the opponent to not be able to evade. It's not an ability accuracy or something like that. So we haven't even seen this in game. I imagine eventually Kabam, to progress the game, will end up saying like, someone's gonna be pursuit immune or something. I don't know how they'll do it, but I'm sure they'll do it at some point. But for the time being, literally no one is immune to that. It can't be turned off by ability accuracy or anything like that. And you can see, we're just going to absolutely demolish this Domino. He is one of my favorite Domino counters by far. And one of the reasons why I'm saying like, he's the best. And again, in my opinion, he's the best. And I love Red Skull. Don't get me wrong. If Ghost or Future Ant-Man came out as 7 stars, they would obviously be in the conversation. Ghost would probably catapult right to the top, but that's fine. Good games to you too, Sonny. I love when people use the emojis. We just have a good time. It's a game. Let's try to win. Let's have some fun and move on. Now we're going to move on to the questing content. And now you familiar with my channel, you know, you've seen this fight. This is a fight I often use to test a champion's flow. For me, that means does their kit fit together? How much does a disruption from AI or nodes just kind of ruin what they're doing? And for some champions, especially if they have to put on a lot of debuffs and then they need to do things within those debuffs, this fight can tear them apart. It doesn't mean they have bad flow, but it's a good thing to test. And the reason why is this node puts falter on the attacker every time we hit a 10 combo. And if you're playing well, you're not getting hit. And so you're hitting those 10 combos frequently. Well, not only is Prowler immune to bleed and incinerate, but he's also immune to falter. Really cool. And I remember when I first read his kit, I was like, I mean, I'm not going to like not give him points in my metric for this, but I'm not really going to count it that big of a deal. Then I started playing Prowler And I still didn't love him. And then he played him more and more and more. And I was like, I really like this champion. Shout out to Badmantium, spreadsheet wizard, who kept talking up Prowler. So I kept sticking with it. Campo talked to me a lot about it. Campo was a big fan. So I put the 6 zones in, and now I'm actually at the point where when I thoroughly started testing him, I mean, we're seeing BG's metas with miss or with falter, because remember, it's just falter. It's not that he can't miss, it's just he's immune to falter. We're seeing questing content with falter. I'm going to start including those sorts of things, maybe not quite as much as like a bleed or a poison immunity, because those are more prevalent, and we also have the recoil masteries. But I'm going to continue to grade those more highly in a champion's kit. It's a way Kabam continues to evolve the game of giving champions these sorts of immunities. And it is meaningful. That was also about an 800,000 health pool, and you saw how quickly he went through it, just dusted it. I'm not even showing you the SP3 method. I'll be honest, I don't love it. I prefer going just the SP2s over and over. But if you need a massive burst, you can go all the way to SP3 and utilize that, okay? And if you're like, hey, please show that in the video, let me know. I might even get out like a full guide on like a, hey, advanced guide on how to play Prowler. Because he, again, his kit reads a little complex. I get it. I very much was turned off by him initially. Now we're going in, and I want you to see this because he's all passives, right? Like, these aren't like massive crits. Well, I mean, there's like 0 right here because this is power shield. But it's not like he's hitting for these massive numbers. And so his damage is really sneaky. It is super sneaky. But when he throws his specials, that's when the damage is done. And so knows like power shield, which again, this is 9.1. I didn't make this up. We've seen this in Battlegrounds metas as well. So this is something that Kabam does. He's great there too because it increases the damage of his special. Remember, this is like an 800,000 9.1 Squirrel Girl here, and this is it. We're gonna get our falter up, and look at these red numbers. That is like ridiculous. For those of you who are asking, because I've had people on my Discord server ask, why is your Incinerate lasting so long? They're like, I do not get those results with my Incinerate. Well, it's because I've got him paired with the Sentinel Relic. Go and watch my videos on the best tier list for relics. The Wizards and the Illuminati, like, just again, crushed it. Answering so many of the questions you are asking, and I'm glad. I'm glad you asked the questions, because like, we want to be helpful. We want to answer the questions you actually have. Completely reformatted the same thing, and you'll see, although Sentinel and Prowler don't look like a great match, they really don't. There's a line in the Sentinel Relic about pausing Incinerates. That is huge for Prowler, and that's why the lasting, you can see it in the upper right hand corner right there, right? And so that Incinerate is going to last longer and longer, because when I throw my special 2, it's going to cause my Ruptures not only to just do the damage, which is basically his kit, but then they're going to get a bonus for exploding, is the wording in there, and that's why there's such massive damage. It's also really helpful against dust, as you're seeing. This was a rank 2, so again, you know me, I ain't hiding the ball on you. That's not what we do around here. You can see this. Most of these fights, sorry for the weird edit, something personal came up there, so I had to edit it out. But you can see, if that had been a rank 3, that was like 40 more thousand, 50 more thousand health. She probably dies in the SB2, and even if she doesn't, the next few hits are going to finish her off. So that fight really doesn't look much different at all. 51,400 against a rank 2 dust. I'll take that. So now we're going on, and so you can see, again, the damage, okay? The damage. Because I know the thing with him is people like not having the damage. And that's because most of us don't have tons of 6 stones sitting around. I just happen to be a player who saves mine up, and then I use a ton at once, okay? Which I recommend as well. So here we're going in, and we're going to just absolutely destroy this Domino. You see how she evaded, and this is a lot of why you don't see a lot of, I think, Battlegrounds players or players in general use their SP1 against Dominoes, is because the mediums can't be evaded. If she evades one of your lights, you often have time to protect yourself. So I would recommend trying to get comfortable with that concept, okay? And then this was the meta where we could only gain power when they threw a special, so that's obviously going to take some time. We would have been at our special 2 by now anyway, and then she's just going to absolutely melt. Look at those big red numbers. Look, again, that she could have had a lot more health, as you can see, because those Ruptures are ticking throughout the duration of that special 2. He's bonkers. He really is. I highly recommend, as I do with any champion I do videos on, play him, make sure you like him, but if you like what you're seeing and you have a Prowler, give him a shot. Like, he's nutty. All right, so now this is a rank 3, this is a hazard shift, right? This is a rank 3 Havoc. This is a pretty tough defender. I don't know if my opponent was running Inequity. I think they were. So you can kind of get a look at this here. And what I'm also showing is, again, remember, he is immune to Incinerate. So that's a pretty common dot in this game. A way to kabam makes a node more dangerous, or requires or is asking for an attacker to have these things. You can see we've power locked, we've power drained. This Havoc, I think I make a mistake and I take a hit here at some point. Oh no, I hit into the poison, which I really obviously probably shouldn't have, but the flow of the fight is working. It's not doing too much damage. And I think we're gonna get a little bit of a heal back here. We're gonna go in, throw this. Now, some of you, because it's gonna be like, oh, you didn't finish off. And my opponent might be running an equity, I'm not sure. But you can see the 25 passive Furies up there. Those are coming from the power creep charges. You see those also in the left-hand corner. And ideally with Prowler, what you're trying to do is push your opponent as close to the next bar of power without going over. Remember, he power drains after they throw their special, and then he gets those charges, which he'll turn into Furies, based on, I think it's 1.1% bar of power. That maxes out at 30. You throw with the 30 Furies, you got serious damage. And that transformation from the power creep charge to Fury happens when you throw your special. So the special 1 or the special 2, you're fine. I'm showing you this one against NTW because I was in this matchup here, and I'll admit, so I think it was Stick Puck there, my opponent. I have no clue on NTW's animations. I mean, I remember testing her when she came into the game. We really don't see her much on like maps or in questing or anything like that. Almost everyone who utilizes her in battlegrounds that I faced uses her offensively. And so I went into this and I was like, I think this will work. I couldn't even remember if she was Incinerate immune, so I haven't gotten my Incinerate up, so we're gonna be actually missing out on some damage here if I remember correctly. And I don't know her animations well enough to feel comfortable going in and trying to land my Incinerate. For those of you who are wondering, like, well, how would you do it? You can't parry her. Is when the opponent throws their specials, they are, again, power locked and power drained. You can go in medium, get up your falter, so they will miss, and then you can use that as an opportunity to land your heavy. They'll have 0 power, right? Because the Incinerate only comes up when you've landed your heavy with 0 power. They'll have 0 power because they're still power locked. So I'm glad Stick Puck actually won. I couldn't remember if they won, so I'm glad they won because that would have been a cheap win on my part. I had no idea how to fight her. And then we're going up against Bishop, and I just want to show this too. This was a pretty tough node set, if I remember correctly. This was fight or flight. We had long distance relationship playing in there, which is a weakness. And again, showing off a couple of things here. And the major thing is he's Incinerate immune. I believe this Bishop's going to throw his special 1. And this is the kind of stuff where I'm like, I happen to know who designed this champion. He's a phenomenal champion designer. I don't know if he thought about this per se, specifically. I don't know. I'm not going to ask. But one of the things with Prowler is you are wanting to push an opponent up to 1.9 bars of power or 2.9, but that takes longer. Meaning Bishop, if you're going for speed, is going to throw his special 1. Well, one of the reasons you never want that is he's going to put all those Incinerates on you, but Prowler's Incinerate immune. The one negative is that we can land our Incinerate because it's going to cause Bishop to go insane, right? And do a bunch of damage to us. But then you got to look at it and be like, it appears to not have mattered. I do think that was a rank 3 Bishop. It might have been a rank 2. So if that was a rank 2, add a little bit more on. That special 2 is on its way to absolutely destroying the opponent anyway. And then remember, Prowler's special 2, let's see. I believe, oh, it's in his signature ability, sorry. While Prowler has at least 30 Fury effects, so you got to get up to the 30. His special attacks are passively unblockable. I have found his stand-up intercept after his SB2 to be pretty much undefeated. You've seen me use it quite a few times in this fight where the SB2 just doesn't quite kill. I just go in immediately and hit, and we get them as they stand up, and then we destroy them. So that's also something else you can work on. He's bonkers, y'all. Let me know, though, as usual. Let me know what you think we got right. Let me know what you think we got wrong. Is he someone you're considering putting 6 zones in? We got a large amount with those Karina's challenges and then Epoch. I've been saving them up. You know, this is what I do. That's why I have a lot of champions. I'm like, okay, we're going to 180. We're going to 200 because I want to make sure I love them. I want to make sure I really like them. And then I want to make sure I don't like pull someone else. Because right now, I'm excited about trying to get Bastion. And I like I said, I think Bastion's going to be in that conversation for best tech champion for sure. And I'm going to want to put 6 zones in him. But I don't have him yet. I could get Prowler to stick 200. And so I went for it. As usual, let me know what we think we got right. Let me know what we think we got wrong. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.